Hey everyone, this is War 10 of the season. This was actually a really good war. Started out very rough for us, but it got really close at the end, and so it just made it, a little more exciting having some pressure for the final fights. So for this war, I ended up taking, I think, 9 fights total. I'm starting here in Section 1 against the Hyperion. Um, I brought the full Kingpin Synergy team just because I didn't need anybody else. So yeah, like Hyperion, I haven't seen him here before, but there he is just throwing heavies and not wanting to cooperate. Um, Luckily he throws that special two off there, and we end up power locking him. So I'm gonna try and bait one more special here, right? Power lock him, and then I'll throw my special two. Um, and this should take him pretty close, and then I'll just retaliate off the unstoppable. So Hyperion down, super easy. Next we have an Emma Frost, and then I think it's an Elsa. Yeah. So Emma Frost also pretty low health. I mean, she only has like 85,000. Most of my defenders this war were fairly straightforward. I had a pretty easy war path wise and mini wise, and it was pretty clean for the most part on my end with regard to like taking hits and whatnot. Just because like last war I did some really dumb shit and I took a lot of hits that I didn't need to take. Um, the AI was being kind of weird, just in general. You guys will see once we get to the hazard shift fight later on that it wasn't even actually just the AI. It was like the game was just being weird. It felt really delayed, and so I was taking a lot of blocked hits that I didn't want to take initially against Nick Fury. So you'll see that later. But Emma Frost goes down fine. Now we're gonna take this Elsa. We hadn't fought any of this guy's defenders yet because most of them were in Section 2, so I wasn't sure if he had suicides or not. But, worst case, you know, you just tank the suicide damage like I did last war and you'll be fine. So, luckily she didn't, and Elsa is not a very difficult defender. In general, she's just annoying with suicides, so this is not going to be a problematic fight. I think she'll be over on this special too, maybe. Okay, no, after this. But yeah, so she's done. And I came into this war pretty late, so I had enough energy actually to end up getting over to the Doom, because the rest of the guys had already cleared into Section 2. We had some pretty dumb deaths to like that Apocalypse over there on the EMP node. Just some poor planning. Hopefully I can, help out with that a little bit moving forward, even though there's only like 2 wars left in the season, to kind of clean up some of those choices that we're making. But yeah, this is a Doom here. I haven't seen him on this node, and he's pretty tanky, so I popped a boost just to be, like super safe. Actually, no, I popped a regen boost, which was dumb because this is a heal block node. So that was actually a mistake because that boost is not doing literally jack shit. So yeah, this Doom, it's kind of like the same play as when I have Doom up on that top kinetic transference node. I'm just going to bait special ones and keep him power locked and just try to intercept. I think I get clipped by one of his special ones. I don't remember at what point. I think it's like halfway through the fight I get clipped by one of them. So yeah, we're just going to let the degen do some damage and keep baiting special ones. That's pretty much the gist of the entire fight. So here you throw the special one there as his aura is going down, and then no, it wasn't that one. I think it's the next one then. I don't know. Yeah, the AI wasn't playing into a lot of my intercepts this war. He did on the boss node. It was fine. I went in a little too late on that heavy, so that was kind of tough. But yeah, this fight is not. I think it's this one. Yeah, I got hit by that one. That was stupid. But pretty straightforward. The fight's going well enough at this point, and he's gonna be down. And this is the last fight I took on this set of boosters. So the next clip will be section 2. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I should have just kept going. But a few heavies, bait special 1, and that should be pretty much the end of the fight there, yeah. Little string of intercepts there at the end to finish it off. Yeah, so that's the end of that. At that point, it was going all right. Me and Bougie always tied for the top. So this is the next clip. It's just section 2. I got a Dark Hawk here. I'm not really sure what the reasoning is behind putting a Dark Hawk on this node. Like, he doesn't have a lot of health. He's not particularly difficult. Like, I'm going to do plenty of damage even without knocking him down. I don't even need to throw any specials. So yeah, I only used a health boost. Like, I don't think I did anything else because, like, both of these fights were really straightforward. And I claimed some new compensation packages, so I threw on an invul boost. Just because, like, I have stuff expiring, I might as well use it. The war was still pretty close. We were trying to come back. Because, like, right off the bat, like I mentioned, there were some dumb deaths, but I think we started in BG1 with, like, 7 deaths. Like, right out the gate. And so that kind of immediately put us at a deficit. So we were playing catch up the whole war. It's pretty nice that we were able to come back and get the dub on this one. But yeah, like I was saying, Dark Hawk, like, he doesn't do a lot of damage through the block. Just gonna bait heavies and kick his ass. Like, he's not hard at all. That was a terrible placement. So then Arcus, this is a 5-star Arcus. Like, maybe if it had been a 6-star, it would have been a little more complicated. I don't know. The power lock, like, he might shrug off stuns, he might shrug off power locks from his tenacity BS, but, like, we're gonna shrug off the cold snap, we're gonna shrug off the armor breaks, and just go straight into overpower. So he's gonna go down, like, relatively quickly. I think I'm just gonna bait one more special 1, and then that'll probably be the end of him. So it might be one more, actually. Yeah, it was one more. Okay, but I mean, look at that. It's like 20 something hits to take down a defender in plat 3. Like, no, you have to play 6 stars at this point. Like, a 5-star is just not going to cut it, especially if you want to increase fight time, because if we would have tied, I think we would have lost on fight time. So they need to play some slightly higher defenders. But yeah, then we have this Cersei here. I didn't duel Cersei, and I probably should have, and you're gonna see why. I think I got clipped by her special 1 like twice. It's because I fought her in EQ last month, and, like, it was fine, but it wasn't that fine. Yeah, so I get hit by it twice. She keeps glancing, so my fury from the repeated heavies wasn't triggering, which was kind of lame. I think I only get hit by it twice. I'm pretty sure I dex it this time. Yeah. So we're fine on that. Her glancing mechanic is, like, super annoying. She's glancing, like, literally everything right now. But she's also not, super complicated. So I don't really know that much about her kit. I'm not sure if her awakening would make her a more annoying defender, but, there she goes down, and I had 99%. So use invul boosts for a reason, right? Anyways, so this is the last clip, right? It's 148, 23, and 20. I think one of their deaths didn't count, so there was a 2-death margin, and this is it, right? Like, it's this Nick Fury, and then it's Magneto, and then we're done. So I threw on some pretty solid boosts. I only had 130%er left, so I used that shit. Like, I don't really do a lot of content right now because I'm busy with classes, and we only have, like, 2 wars left in the season, and this is our we were at T3 2 wars ago, lost one, dropped down to T4, and we're back in T3 for this one. So we really needed the win. So I kind of let my team down last time on the Mojo death, which was really stupid. Like, that one was fully my fault. A lot of BS that just should not have happened. So I was like, I will be clutching out these fights. Like, I'm not going to let them down again. Degens are good here. Like, you could go for special twos, but the degens reduce his ability accuracy, and so it kind of helps to maintain his tack charges. This Nick Fury's Sig 175, so his degen is going to be pretty slow in the second life. So, I don't know. Kingpin boosted right now has like almost 60,000 health, and so I was like, I'm just going to take this as slow as I possibly can. There's literally no reason to die. Right there, it's like sucking me into the heavy. It like wouldn't let me back up. So the inputs just felt really slow. That's why stand your ground is like super clutch. It's good on defense. It's helped me quite a few times on offense. One of our guys was actually having issues getting hit by heavies. I think Matt was having issues with that against the EMP node. And so, yeah, having stand your ground anyways, just important to have that. So we're into the second life. I tried to throw a light intercept there. He didn't go for it. So now we're just going to chain some heavies against the wall, bait out a heavy, and then, this should push him to a special 2, and that should be pretty much the end of the fight. So this one went about as well as it could have. I finished with 98%, like literally flawless. Well, not flawless, right? Like I almost got hit by a heavy, but aside from that, it was fine. So now it's just the Magneto. I've taken a Magneto with Kingpin before. This one had 407,000 health, so it was a pretty damn big Magneto. Also, the servers were just like straight dog shite today. So bad. I almost lagged out of this fight, and I would have been incredibly pressed if that happened. I think this one took a good 20-30 seconds to load in. And I know T-Mobile is kind of ass, but it's not that ass. Like, I'm literally in the city, right in the middle of the city. There's no reason that it shouldn't work. So I was just sitting here waiting for it to load, and then it did, so we're good. And yeah, I mean, you guys have seen me take Magneto before if you saw my other video. He's not particularly difficult. Everyone's banning Torch these days. Otherwise, I would just bring my rank 3. But Kingpin's really good for it. So at this point, I'm a lot more comfortable using him. I think I would probably just stick with it. Missed one intercept, but the rest of the fight is perfect. So, you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. One of these days, I will have a full takedown without getting hit. But those were the only hits that I took the entire fight. And that's why you use an indestructible invulnerability boost. I mean, and it's not like I'm going to die from the occasional combo anyway. So, yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the rest of the fight. Keep him power locked, keep him in the corner, and just keep on chaining light intercepts. He was being a bitch, so he didn't want to play into it. That dex could have been a little problematic. It caught me off guard that the spacing wasn't good there. Oh, actually, yeah, so I guess that is another hit. Okay, so that's the last hit I took. I forgot I took that one. The spacing threw me off, so I could have thrown another heavy, but I don't know, it was being weird. So now we're just doing our thing with Kingpin, chaining lights in the combo in the corner. And that's pretty much it, He's down to 30%. The other alliance still had a few more fights to go, and this was going to be it for us. So just going to take it nice and slow, land a lot of solid intercepts, not take hits on the block because of the high ground. And yeah, I mean, This one went about as well as it could have. It was very nice to land the clutch for the team, since I couldn't do that last time. But overall, really solid finish for us. The deaths are still too high. Like 20 deaths is too much for plat 3, so we need to bring that down. But aside from that, that was it for me on this war. 9 attacker kills, 2 defender kills, and finishing out with the clutch. So thank you guys for watching.